everybody, settle down at the back now. Welcome one and all to my studio again. Here we are. Goodness me, has another week really gone past? I can't believe that we're into August now and the year just seems to be running away with us somehow. Let me see, what have I been doing? I've just been playing around down here, and when I haven't been playing around down here I've been doing stuff outside. In fact, when I finish what I'm doing here this afternoon, I've got to go and muck out my chickens and muck out my geese because they are in a parlous state. Comes the time when you've just got to go and do these things, isn't it? You've just got to get on there and get that job done. And actually I really enjoy it because I'm outdoors and I love being outdoors, and it's a purpose. I have a purpose when I'm doing my chickens and my geese and whatever else it is I'm doing out there. It's so easy to do because you just go and do this thing. It doesn't require you to do a lot of thinking and planning, and you just go and get the tools and you just go and shovel the shit, I was going to say, but shovel the muck out, and that's it's a really nice thing to do. It's very easy, as is being down here really, apart from the fact that I don't really know where I'm going with this piece. Yet again, I'm making this piece and I don't know where it's going to take us. I hope you enjoyed last week's video. Thank you for your comments. It's very interesting to see how when you put these pieces of fabric together, they start to create something almost by themselves, by magic. I'm very much working with my intuition. I'm trying not to plan things, and that's kind of how I'm living my life, I would say. I'm very blessed because I don't have to go out to work. I work my own schedule, and that absolutely suits me down to the ground. And I'm aware that a lot of people haven't got that capacity to do that. You've actually got to go and do the things you've got to go and do. Well, believe me, I have those things to do as well. And in fact, July's been a bit of a funny old month. It's been a bit of a bumpy month. We've had a few things that I've had to deal with. But it's just all about, keeping on the surfboard, as I say. Just keep steady on the surfboard and just do one thing at a time. That's my motto. Whatever it is I'm doing, I try and just do one thing at a time and focus on it, because I don't know about you, but I don't find I've got the head capacity to try and take on lots of different things. So I don't make a list exactly of what I'm going to do, but I will write down a few key things that I think I need to do, and I cut them out into little bits of paper like this, and they sit on the kitchen table until I've done whatever the job is. And it's so funny when my husband and I are doing the same thing, and we've got a series of little cards that we write. So for example, there'll be one that says muck out the chickens, or feed the boiler, or whatever it is, and it's just a little card, and it's just helpful, isn't it, when you just know what you're doing? It just keeps you focused. So I'm pleased with what I'm doing. I think it's interesting. I'm liking the colours, and I'm just feeling it's going to go somewhere nice, and I don't know where that is. So we'll see what's going to happen to it today. I'm going to show you where I got to last week in a moment. But first of all, what I need to say is I'm going to be taking 2 weeks off after this video. It's my annual holiday time. There'll be a little bit of holiday and a little bit of just, pottering around here. I've got my sketchbook obviously ready to go with me to do some nice things in, and I hope I'll get a video out of that maybe as well, just to kind of show you, which will be nice. But we'll see. I don't make any promises, I just see what turns up on the day when I'm on holiday particularly. We'll just see how it goes. Depends what the weather's like. One never knows, does one? So basically I won't be back till September, which seems really terrible, but yeah, after this video, basically it's 2 weeks off, so that'll be September, I think. I don't know. I look at the calendar sometimes and I think, where are we? Is it Christmas yet? Oh my goodness. So yes, I hope you'll have a nice summer, with the rest of the summer, if it's summer where you are. I hope that you're all keeping, creative and relaxed, no matter what's going on, that there's some respite for you here and there, as the world seems to be getting a little bit cranked up and a bit crazy. So that's why I come down here and I just play with things. That's why I like going out and mucking out my chickens, as I say. It's just, I think having animals to look after, if you've got a dog to walk, or rabbits in a hutch in your garden or something, it's all about just keeping focused and keeping calm and doing what's right in front of your nose, and try not to worry too much about anything else. That's my motto in life. So without further ado, I will show you the piece where we got to over this last week, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so this is what the piece is looking like now, okay? And I guess it could go that way up, or that way up, or it could go that way up, or it could go that way up. And I don't quite know yet which way it's going to go, we'll have to have a little look closer at it, but I think it's very interesting how, you know, just putting those pieces of fabric on has created this, it's like a pattern really, some sort of a pattern, some sort of shapes, and as yet I have no idea where this is going to take us further, whether this is a background for something or whether this is going to be it with some stitching on, I don't know. So I will take it over to my table and I will show you a close-up and we'll have a little bit of a chat about it. Okay, so here we are. I'm trying to show you as much of this as I can, given that it's quite long. You can see all the lovely raggedy edges. You can see it's all just very higgledy-piggledy, and I actually like that. I like the way the light lands on the different pieces, and it breaks up the surface, so it's not one flat surface. It adds texture. And the other thing I was going to show you was, I know we haven't seen this properly yet, and this is my sketchbook, and I'm not going to show you it all, because that's for another video. Okay, I don't want to preempt something, but I was flicking through and I was just looking to see, because I was so struck by the colours of this, and I thought this is very much the colours I was using. And when I look at this, I don't know if you can see that, but take that page out and we're just going to do this with it. Okay, I just thought these colours are so much these colours, and when I made myself a little gadget, this is a little new way of doing a little frame for things, because you can make it bigger or smaller, and I just kind of went, ooh, it's kind of, in fact actually that's the wrong way around. If I do it that way around, I think it depends which way up you've got this, but it's kind of some of it's not dissimilar really, kind of, to what is going on with this piece here. Can you see that? I was really struck because it was these colours just seemed so amazingly similar, and I thought, ooh, see, it's even got the creamy sort of colours up there. So anyway, it's nothing to attach to, but I just thought I was interested that there was that in my sketchbook, and I thought I'd show you this. This is a really cool little way of making yourself a frame to look at things, and I found that on a lovely YouTube channel that I've been following, if anybody's interested, called The Danish Painter, and I'll leave a link down below. She does lovely landscapes, very free, very swishy swashy with her paint, and just I've been watching for a little while now, and I just love her work, and I love how she actually got me to do things much more free in my sketchbook when I went, you know, when I went to do my sketchbook. So anyway, that's a little bit of an aside. It was a bit of a kind of a ooh moment. And so it's a question of now what I'm going to do with this, and I don't quite know. I know it needs a lot of stitching into it, which I'm prepared to do, and it's a question of whether I'm going to add something else onto it at this stage. Okay, so I am thinking, I've made a choice, and I think it's going to be this way up for a change. It's going to be very long, tall portrait piece, okay? And what I was doing before I put the camera on was I was just messing around. I found this little sample from something I did previous to this, and I rather liked all of this kind of textured stuff that was going on, so I cut myself some little bits and bobs of some of the fabrics that I had picked out originally, and I was kind of playing around with these and looking at them and feeling them and thinking, well, do I want to do something really textured? And in actual fact, I don't know that I do. So that's going to be put to one side for now. Let's put that over there. And then my next thought was, well, do I want to keep it really in these lovely tonal colours, these very soft tonal colours, or do I want to add something vibrant into the mix? So what came out of my lovely box of fabrics was some of this gorgeous pink. I've got various bits here. Some really vibrant colours, slightly darker tones, which I really like with this green. I feel as though that just makes it go zing. So it's a question of what I'm going to do with these. So I'm just debating, first of all, my questions now are, do I stitch all of this lot down first, or do I add some things on top of it just and then stitch the whole thing? And I feel as though that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to add some colour onto here and it's going to be referencing some flowers. Now they could be, I think they're just going to be what they're going to be. I'm not going to think about, oh, this is a foxglove or it's a such and such. I'm just appreciating the colour and what it does down here. I've got some little bits here, look. Here's one I had prepared earlier. This is from a previous picture that I did earlier in the year, I think, or last year. I can't remember when I used these pinks. I know I've used them very recently, and I just thought, well, you can just start to see what you can do with find my scissors. And obviously they'll look different once they are embellished down. They will look different because the embellisher will work its magic on them. And I just feel like doing something really, really free. I'm not going to mess around too much. I don't want it to be, oh, it's a such and such, like I say. I just want it to be as though this is just as random as the sort of background layer has been. As easy as that. So I might just cut lots of pieces like I did for this, and then we will just add them on and we'll see what happens and we'll see what comes. Whether it'll have some stalks going up, I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. As I say, I'm just messing about with the colours. I don't like that so much. I don't think that goes really. But whether we'll add some darker colours onto these pinks, maybe we will. Quite like that, that's quite nice. Just sort of different tones of the pinks really, and maybe even a bit with the white on, and some of this. Isn't that beautiful? I love these markings. This is what we used on the big flower, I think, earlier in the year. If you saw my big flower video, you know what I'm talking about. And if you didn't, I can leave a link below, if I remember. You know how it is around here, it's all about if I remember. So you can see it's starting to do something. I feel as though I'm scattering confetti here. And again, you know when you do that thing when you plant bulbs in your garden and you do it by just throwing the bulbs? I feel as though this is what I want to do with this. I want to keep it really, really loose and just have the hint. These may be bigger. I might make these into sort of bigger, more single sort of pieces like that. That might be how it goes with some darker stuff, as I say, perhaps not quite that colour, but... And this is what you can do. A bag of scraps like this is so useful for so many jobs. So don't throw your scraps away. I'm sure you don't. I'm sure if you're like me, you don't. And I know I'm here with friends. I can say these things to you because you're all my friends. You understand. You get it. So I think that's got potential. And it's a question of playing with it around next and seeing what's going to happen, how it's going to come, how it's going to be. And then we'll do lots of stitching into it, I think, after that, and keep it... It's going to be fairly flat, I think, like my other pieces have been recently. Quite simple, but I just really want to... I've been wanting to do sort of more wild things for a while, wilder flowers, just kind of just going with the colours and, yeah, not getting too bogged down in the detail. I think that's the thing, and not being completely in control of it, just letting it come, letting it evolve, letting us see what it's going to be. So I think I will cut some pieces and we will embellish some pieces down and have the fun of doing that next. So here we go, first pink piece that I've just picked out of the box, and we're just going to kind of whack it on here somewhere, I think. See what happens. Now you see instantly how much that has shrunk up, which I love. Again, it's giving us this lovely textured surface, and it's just changed the shape. I haven't sort of controlled where that's gone at all, and it's just gone like that. So this piece on next, I think. See what happens with this. There we go, let's put that on there like that. I've got a piece of this darky stuff, put that over there like that, do you think? try putting this piece on here. Let's try this piece. Let's see where it wants to go. How about like that? No, that's too pale. That's too pale. How about this little piece here? That's too big. So I shall carry on choosing pieces and putting them on, and I'll show you when I'm a little bit further down the track where I've got to. Okay, so I've actually had to put the studio lights on. It's gone really grey this morning. Suddenly it's all gone very gloomy out there, so I've put my studio lights on. So if you wonder why the colours change, that's why. That's the weather for you. It just does its own thing, doesn't it? And we just have to go along with it. And luckily I've got lights. Very blessed. Just find another piece of fabric. Here we go. And this silk is hilarious. It scrunches up so much. It's almost hardly worth putting it on, but I do like it because it's a different shade. I think I might cut that up a little bit. Sometimes I cut them up a little bit more because they're not quite working. And like that, do you think would work? So you can see I've done quite a few, and I've got quite a few more to do. I've got this lovely ice cream looking thing again going on with this ripply fabric and the different shades, so I'm quite appreciating that. It's rather nice. So I'll keep going down here. I think we've not got many more to do now. Using these different fabrics means you get this lovely sort of shading going on. You get different tonal qualities, I suppose one could say, if one was being a posh artist. Tonal qualities. Oh, I think I'll put that on there. Don't know about you, but I'm loving the freedom of this. Just letting the colours layer up, sort of random shapes, nothing neat, nothing tidy, nothing set. Just lovely shapes that are creating themselves by using all the different bits of fabric and layering it all up. And I think that's really worked quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so I think that's just about it for today. As you can see, we've got a nice lot of flowers appearing on the piece, and I'm really quite chuffed with that. I like the way that, as I say, all the fabrics just blend together like this in this lovely way. So I will show you more next time. As I say, it won't be till September now, so I'm so sorry. You're going to have to be very patient, and I'm going to have to be very patient too, because I will want to be getting on with this. But I'm going to be having 2 weeks holiday now. Some of it will be at home and some of it might be away on my holiday. I'm going to take my sketchbook, and then, as I say, I'll hopefully get a sketchbook film for you as well out of that. And I will just very much look forward to seeing you again in September for a very fresh start. And I guess wherever you are in the world, I hope you'll have a peaceful time in the meantime, and maybe you're going on holiday too. And I will very much look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.
Ba ba da ba ba.